International Day of the Girl Child. It is said that little girls with dreams become women with vision. And that said, we celebrate the International Day of the Girl Child on ZUMA Talking Point this morning. And to celebrate that with us this morning, I have on the phone the Senior Special Assistant to the current governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, in the person of Honorable Yagana Abba Gumsu, popularly known as Baby. She is the coordinator of Association of Women in Trade and Agriculture, and that's the Borno State chapter, an NGO that is focused on women, empowering women, and she is a former two-time councillor also in Borno State. A very good morning to you, Honorable Yagana Abba Gumsu.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. And it's good to have you on the phone with us this morning to celebrate the International Day of the Girl Child.
Thank you very much.
Now,
meet you.
Yeah. The theme for today's International Day of the Girl Child is Our Time is Now, Our Rights, Our Future. Now, for you as a girl child, not a woman now, who grew up in the northern part of the country, what was growing up like for you?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending to me. And a girl, as a girl child program today, our girls are very important. Women is priceless, and women are very important. As a girl child education, I'm in Borno State. The future of our younger generation is education. Whoever empowers women has empowered the nation. So by giving them good education is the way of empowering women in our own state.
Now, what I want to find out from you, while you were growing up as a child, all right, in Borno State, you come from a part of Nigeria where education is just beginning. No, I wouldn't say education.
Yes.
The type of Western education we have now is just beginning to really gain root in that part of the country. But then you were sent to school as a child. As growing up back then, going to school as a child in the northern part of Nigeria, what was it like?
It was very okay, but it was very challenging. What I'm going to say, I was born in Bama local government, a local government from Borno State, and a most heated area of Boko Haram during the insurgency. I started my primary school there at Bama Primary School, I can say, but there are many challenges, which is different with nowadays. Because before, during our educational system, we are just going to the school with others, but we have good teachers who used to teach us and guide us in whatever we do. Even during that time, even how to respect your father, mother, and your elders at that grassroots, you get it from the primary school. Because the second father or mother is a teacher. After home, the second home is your school. So, but sometimes it's very challenging.
What were some of the challenges?
The challenges is that we used to move by foot, but now, the primary school teachers used to pamper children. But by that time, we used to go, we will not eat, we sat in the ground. But now, you see, there is luxury. So this is the challenges that we have, and we are given free books, free everything by that time. And sometimes they will say, try to draw a map of Nigeria on the ground. Immediately when you meet a primary 2 people or primary 3 people, they are going to draw everything for you. And they are very educated. But this time, there are some problem challenges. I can say there are many challenges for this child, and there is different. Now, with the coming of the westernization is that women are empowered. Before, the work of a woman is to just go home, get married, born a child, go to the farm. But now, with the coming of the westernization and the empowerment of women, that each and every woman, when she grows up, she will start telling people that, no, we want to get our rights. There's this, that 45% affirmative action. Each and every woman is what is looking for. So, with these things, there is empowerment for women. The challenges have gone,
Absolutely.
Yes, actually.
Now, let us quickly look at beyond the challenges that the girl child faces. For you are educated. How has education impacted your life as a woman?
Seriously. It has changed me. I can say, I will not say 100, but it's 99%.
99 is a lot already.
Yeah. Now, I'm a primary school teacher by then. I have the NC certificate, and now I have a BSc certificate at the University of Maiduguri. So when I want to do, I'm going to give a good example by myself.
Okay.
When I went to the University of Maiduguri, I studied political science. When I studied political science, it's a classwork. I said, let me do it practical. Then I joined into politics. Immediately when I joined into politics, without education, you cannot know what's the essence of going to politics. Before, when you are going to politics, people think that you are a show. See this woman, she's doing politicking. We don't like her. When you're in the environment, they will not like you. But now, if you are a politician, you are great. You are a spark. They will respect you. They will see you as an iron lady, a woman of her word, a strong woman.
Okay, now
by battle.
Yeah. Now let's look at some of the societal problems that hinders the future of the girl child, especially from the part of the country where you're from.
Okay, I'm from Borno State. The problem is that the challenges that we have is that men don't want to carry women alone. Is the problem, and the challenges we have is not because of the coming of Professor ZUMA to Borno. Education has gone down. Because of the insecurity, all the 27 local governments are residing in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, which all the local governments are captured by Boko Haram. But with the comment of Professor Zulum, he said, no, we must wake up, fight for our rights. Let's go out and fight and restore our environment. Like Professor Zulum, during the insecurity, he went to Burma, my own state, because you have to give good example from your state before going to, because that's what I see by my eyes, heard by my ear, So he went to Burma local government. He stayed for 6 months without even coming. By that time, when he's going to Burma local government, there's bombs, firearms, and ammunition. They used to fire him, but what he used to say is that I must sue. Bring my people back. They are going to get their education. When it comes to Borno State, if you see secondary school and primary school that is rebuilt by His Excellency, you will be surprised. You will be surprised completely. You will think that this is a second London.
Now, let me just quickly ask you, one of the things that the insurgency in Borno State has hampered the most has been the education, especially if we unfortunately have to quickly peel off that injury of the Chibok girls issue. Many girls were carted away, and so education was really hampered, in Borno State. In your own opinion, where exactly are we right now in terms of education in your home state, Borno?
My Borno State has higher rates of education now with the coming of our Excellency. Zulum is a very strong man. He is telling each and everybody that you, the people of Borno State, are the one who is going to restore your immediate environment. It's not somebody that come and help you. In this process, he was telling us to enlighten people that came out from the bush, that let them empower their children and register their children to primary school. They were given free books, free bags, free education in and every local government that he went. Because, we used to move together with him. He will call all the village people, call their children. He is going to register their name with his hand. It's not easy for a governor to sit down and give his time to the masses. There are some people that don't carry their masses alone, but wherever he goes, he talks of security and education, because education is the bedrock of whatever happens in Nigeria and Borno at large.
Amazing.
Without education, you are dull and dumb. You will not know your rights. You will not know what you're doing. Without education, you will not know even how to eat food. I can tell you, my sister. Education is the key to every success in our life. So, education is the best thing that we used to give our people in Borno State. It is the one even which has enlightened the Boko Haram people. You know they have radios to heart. We used to enlighten them. We are telling them that you should come, lay down your arms, and let's sit together. Bring your children to school.
Okay, let's look at let's look at the empowerment of girl children in the girl child, especially where you come from. Now, you did mention that way back in the north, women were not encouraged to go into things like
not carried along.
Absolutely. How is this? Let's look at the International Day of the Girl Child now. How is it impacting, on women and changing the face of how women address issues really there in Borno State?
It's helping because with the enlightening campaign like this radio station that we are doing, each and everybody is going to hatch off the right of a girl child education. So, like you are going to interview me, I will take the message to the masses. Even now, I'm in Abuja. I will take the message to Borno State, from Borno State down to the local government, and each and every state who is now hearing our voice is going to say that women want to have a good enlightenment campaign in order to empower their women to tell their children to go to school. So, in this process, empowerment and enlightenment campaign is this number one key. So that each and every mother, a mother cannot see her child growing up in front of her. You see this rapture. If you give something to your daughter to go and sell it, before you know what, she's going to bring something which is, you have given her something to sell like granules for 1,000 naira. You will see one day your daughter is going to bring 5,000. If you didn't ask her, at the end you are going to shed tears. The tears that no one is going to wipe for you.
Okay.
So in this process, but if they are in school, I'm talking of girl child education. If she is educated at the school, sometimes in education, in your classroom, you are going to learn something. Take care of yourself. Even if you just sell something, they will tell you that if you see something, you reach something age, you're going to see something, you start. That enlightenment campaign, they used to do it at the primary school up to the secondary school level. And when if anybody calls you, you are not married, it's not your husband. If he calls you, come and follow me. Don't follow that person. Election campaign is taken at the school. If you didn't go for education, where are you going to get this election campaign? No.
Absolutely. All right. You're listening to Citizen FM 93.7. Today is the 11th day of October. The year is 2022. And today is the International Day of the Girl Child. I have been speaking with Honorable Yagana Abba Gumsu, who is the Senior Special Assistant to Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum. We'll take a quick break, and when we do come back, we'll, hit a different, tone as we move on. Honorable, please stay on the line.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Citizen FM 93.7, 26 minutes downside 9, International Day of the Girl Child. We're looking at the theme now with Honorable Yagana Abba Gumsu. We are looking at the theme for today's International Day of the Girl Child, which says our time is now, our rights, our future. Honorable Yagana, I'd like to find out from you from this theme of the International Day of the Girl Child. It says our time is now. Is it really our time as women?
Yes, this is our time as women. We have to wake up, shine our eyes, and make a good enlightenment for the nation and the world at large to know that we have our rights. We have to knock door by door, road by road, every way to tell the people that our right. Women has their own right to play and vital role to play.
Okay,
whenever Her Excellency Dr. Aisha Buhari, when she is talking of anything, if we come to her program in Abuja, she will keep on telling us that women has their own right and we have to look for our own right. This is a girl child education. Education is the number one, whatever you're going to do. After your religion, it's education.
Honorable Zulum, let's look at early marriage and how it impacts on the girl child, right? If we say it is our time, if we say it's our right, if we say it's our future, when the responsibilities of an early marriage comes in, how does it impact, on the life of the girl child?
It really brings problem. Most of our people used to give out their daughters in marriage early. It's not good. We are supposed to leave our children to grow up, do education, know their right. You know what really brings problem for early marriage? You see this BBF problem. BBF problem, if you go to the hospital, you will see people are urinating down, you will see problem, and more especially when you put your daughter in a house of marriage at her early stage, the husband will keep on beating her, maltreating her.
Because in truth he has married a child,
because
actually.
she's not educated. Thank you. Only 10 years, 12 years, if you give up your daughter to a husband, where is she going to even start? Where is she going to even start? I don't know. Because this is the problem that we are facing. Early marriage is the most bad thing that we used to do. More especially in our rural area, we used to do it. So I'm talking on behalf of women for Nigeria and the world at large. The world at large, and I want the world to hear our voice, because we women are voiceless. Whatever we said or whatever they said, forget about them. They are women. Look, 75% of votes, even during electioneering campaign or voting, wallahi, you will see women and youth. They will go and vote.
Well, Honorable, beyond voting, right? If we say that you as someone who's been, a lawmaker, a graduate of political science, how do you think we can address this issue of early marriage, especially from the northern region of the country where you come from, and so that it becomes a law? I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah, we are going to. I'm talking. Do you know why I'm emphasizing on enlightenment campaign? Enlightenment campaign is very good. To go to the radio stations, write it on the billboard, even during a campaign or political campaign or marriage ceremony. When you sit with your women's colleagues, just tell them that they should not encourage early marriage. Early marriage is bad. Whatever the case, let the girl go to even secondary school level. There's something that our elders used to tell us: if you didn't sit in the classroom and a teacher takes a chalk and teach at you, you are an illiterate.
Wow.
Wherever you go, you are illiterate. Because the teacher, if you didn't sit in a classroom with your friends and classmates, do shoulder to shoulder, go out for a breakfast, wash your uniform, come back to the class 7 o'clock.
Okay, now,
you are an illiterate.
Honorable Yagana, let's look at issue of poverty in ability to acquire education. I do understand that you have mentioned quite a bit of what your principal, who's the governor of Borno State, is doing. But, across Nigeria, there's the issue of poverty and girls being unable to, access education because their parents cannot really afford it. How can we as a nation and as a people ensure that poverty is no longer a barrier to education?
Okay, poverty is the high rate of exploitation. Poverty is too much in Nigeria and the world at large, my sister. So when we want to eradicate poverty, we are supposed to engage our youth and younger generation into something doing, because in order for them to labor for something and get their salary. And women, when we came to women, the poverty makes them to be a street girls, hawkers, beggars, and a prostitute. If they have something doing, they are going to get their salary. At least in a month, if you can get an alert of 10,000, you will know where you are going to hang around. Even if you want to borrow money, if you're getting an alert, you will say, borrow me 2,000. After end of the month, I will give you something. But lack of empowerment bring insecurity, my sister.
Okay, now let's look at gender discrimination. If a family has money to send, say, 2 people to school, and they have 3 children, and they have 5 children, for example, they will rather send the boys, to school and tell the girls that, you're going to another man is going to.
Because they didn't have the means. Because they didn't have
no, but that's also gender discrimination.
That's why we are doing an enlightenment campaign for a governor to make free education. If there's free education, my sister, each and everybody, there's no mother that will like her daughter to stay at home and her son to go and do schooling. If there's free education, each and everybody will go and learn something. What really brings poverty is lack of empowerment. And no free education. If there is free education, this is what we are asking for the government, from federal government down to the state level to the local government. We want them to empower free education. Please and please, we are begging on our knees as a mother, as a sister, for the government. If the Nigerian government cannot afford, let them, the national government, let them intervene to us. Because, after the insurgency, Nigeria's education has cracked down more, especially if we go to our local government. There are some local government you can see, if without the NGOs, without the intervention of the NGOs, they cannot even take their children to school. They cannot eat. They are not getting something. All this something with NGO that they used to get. This is the process of a mother helping. Let me tell you, my sister, this is a process where the men has become reluctant, leave the women because of the empowerment that the NGO are giving them. There is some place in my area, if you didn't have NGO card, they will not even marry you.
Wow.
They will not marry you. Yeah. They will say, do you have a card for NGO?
Wow. Now, let's look at that critically. So, are we then going to say that the NGOs are a blessing, especially to you in your state, or not? Because if they have NGO cards, and even for as much as marriage, men will turn a woman down because she doesn't have that. I don't know. How do we address that?
In our area, now we are farming seriously now. Okay. Because there is vast land in our area, but we have some limits that His Excellency is saying, go out and do farming. Because of starvation, there is no food. Everywhere, everybody is afraid of kidnapping. If you go to farm, they will just kidnap you. But for my area, because I don't want to keep on emphasizing with my state, I'm talking on behalf of the nation, Nigeria, and the world at large. For my place with our governors, we are okay.
Okay. So
more especially women. He has heart for women. Even when we went to somewhere for this food distribution, if you see women, he will ask you, what is this girl doing? If you say, the girl is not schooling, believe me, you will just say, take her to the school. Before you leave a local government, more than 100 students will be empowered. I can even send you pictures.
That brings me to the question of, you said free education, especially primary and possibly secondary, but you do have some states in Nigeria where free education exists, so to speak, at least to a large extent, maybe you know, but then you still have parents that rather than send their children to school will decide that they want to send them to do domestic jobs and all of that, or just send them to hawk or something. How do we address that, especially for the girl child?
My sister, this is what I'm telling you, that we have to get up and do enlightenment campaign. Like, even now on a radio station, I'm talking, there are some people, this is a good enlightenment campaign. So that when they had it, they will say, oh, there are some women that are struggling for us. We have support. Even some women didn't know that they have support from their women counterpart. They think that we are doing this only for ourselves. Believe me, from the president's wife down to more especially this. I can tell you that Nana Kashim Shetima is from Borno State. Now she's going to become the.
No, my dear Honorable, that's not the. No, this is not the forum for advocating that. This is just strictly for the International Girl Child. Okay.
We want them to enlighten and let them put this thing into agenda. For free, I'm talking because you say of free education.
Yeah.
I want them to put, if the national didn't put it into a law, there's no way that the state level to the government, local government level. That's why I mentioned her name.
Okay.
Let them help us because they know our problem.
Absolutely.
Anybody who knows your problem will solve it immediately. But anybody that didn't know your problem, even if you're talking, it will be a story.
Okay, let's look at, you've been mentioning empowerment. Let's look at empowering mothers as a means of empowering the girl child. How does this come to play? Because perhaps if the mothers are, I don't know what your take will be on that one, empowering mothers so that mothers can also empower their girl children. How can this be done effectively, so to speak?
By giving them job opportunity, by calling them, by enlightening them, to tell them that, please, like workshop, in your area, you have to create something like a workshop. You will say today there is a workshop for married women association. The government should call them, every state, I'm telling you, every state should call mothers, call them to certain place, tell them that their daughters, their children are very important. They are the younger generation, our future. Our children are our future.
Absolutely.
Let them go and enroll their children to school. Government is going to help them. When you say government is going to help them, my sister, immediately they will take their children to school. But if you just come and tell them, you knock a door and call her, Hajia, go and take your children to school, the first thing is going to tell you, even our stomach is not, we are hungry. How are we going to? Then you tell them that, go, there is free education from the government. My sister, anybody, there's no person that will not like the progress of their children until or unless you are not up to, what will I say? I don't know how to put it.
That's fine. Honorable Yagana Abba Gumsu, popularly known as Baby, I want to say a very big thank you to you for accepting to have this interview with us at a very short notice. We want to say that you are a big and a great example to every girl child out there. I'm sure that many Kanuri girls would like to be like you, as they grow.
Our children are priceless.
Absolutely.
Take care of our children.
Absolutely. Thank you once again.
The future, yes.
And we look forward to hosting you on the program again in physical. Amen.
Patiently waiting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And all the best with all that you do in Borno State.
And the country at large, my sister. It's not only Borno State.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to all mothers.
Yes. Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you.
Yes. And that's our package this morning. I do know that I took her off her breakfast, and so I know she needs to get back to that at such a short notice. And I want to say thank you to you once again. All right, it's Citizen FM 93.7. We're in celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child. We had to bring that to you. And that is to let you know that girl children eventually become mothers. How we empower them, will determine how the world will look in the next few years. Women are survivors. Girl children are survivors, especially in this part of Africa, however, it's important that we always remember that if you empower a child, a girl child, you empower a nation. And so we must never relegate the women or put them, down. And we must do the best we can to protect them. We'll use the next 20 minutes to celebrate women and the girl child, knowing fully well that every woman, is a survivor.